Hello everybody, I'm making this new video in relation with reverse spheres in order to see what are these spheres exactly, do we have them in the universe or not, what are they, how do they behave. Well, like I always say, we have to start from what we know. And we know that we have in our universe an object which is a sphere. Now this sphere is defined by this point, which is the center, and some points located at a certain distance called the radius. Now, this strange object, I would say, has a characteristic. It has the maximum volume while it has the minimum external surface. I find this very, very strange. If I would not see it, I would not believe it. But I have to question, if I have this in our universe, where is the object which has the minimum volume while having the maximum external surface? What is this object? It is a sphere with the inside being considered instead of the outside. It is a reverse sphere, but how does it look like? Should we have them? I believe we should look for them at least. So, in order to let's say, turn inside out this sphere, we have to do something like this. We have to consider there is a connection between the surface and the center. And we have this string or elastic if you want. Because the surface has a lot of points, we are going to call just 100 to work with a very small number. And this point is going to have an association with the surface. You will see this y. Now, if I do this for more points, I'll have something like this. For each surface, I'll have a point. If I have another surface here, there is a point and a string connected with the center. Another point here, another string here, and a surface associated. And I do this for the entire surface of the sphere. Now, if I want to turn the sphere inside out, I have to put those 2 points in reverse. Which means first I have to take this point and put it in the center. So let's do this. So if I have a point over a surface and I press it towards the center, look what happens. The surface goes down to the center, like this. And this point is going to be here. And I will have some surface heading to the center of the sphere, while the total volume is a little reduced. Now, if I apply this principle to the entire point over the sphere, I'm going to have something like this. All the points going to the center, a very large number, which is much higher than this external surface, is going to be a much greater surface, while the volume is going to be reduced a lot. Consider that this is one near the other. There is another one here, another one here. So I have an outside surface which is higher while the volume is lower. But we have to do something with the center of the sphere also. And I have to take into consideration, if I have the center here, I have to put it on a surface, or at least at some distance. So for each of the surface point, I have a center. Now it's in reverse. All the surface of the spheres, all the points are overlapped in the center, while the center is everywhere. So if I take the center and I put it on the surface, I'm going to have a similar phenomenon. I'm going to have an outside surface while the volume is going to be reduced a little for one point, but I have many points. So if I apply this principle to all the other points which I have on the sphere, let's say 100 or more if you want, I'm going to have a very strange shape. Like in the previous case, the volume is going to be reduced and it appears a surface like this. It's like a cone or like a cylinder if you want. And this has a surface. This has a surface also. And each time I draw it, the volume is also reduced. Now, we have to overlap these two principles, which is this one and this one over here. Now what happens if I overlap these two? The distance between them becomes somehow zero. If there is one here going down and one going up, this distance over here is very close to zero, but not zero. So eventually what I'm going to get, it's a very strange object. It's this one over here, which has almost no volume. It looks like it has a lot of rays shooting from the center, and around these rays there is a surface here until to the center. So the object has no volume, but it has a very large external surface. Have you ever seen that? Do we have this in the universe? I believe we have. If you take a very good look at it, it is a star from the night sky. It looks like it. And only by looking at it, I imagine it that this is a reverse sphere. I have made this previous statement. If I have mass, the opposite of mass is radiation. So my understanding is, if I have a sphere which is made of mass, the reverse sphere is somehow related with radiation. And that is why, no matter what I look into the universe, from mass point of view, I only see spheres. And I don't see spheres looking like that, or mass taking this shape. It's something that it is a pattern very, very rare, and it looks like it is related with radiation. Why is this important? Because someone asked me over the internet, how come we have this universe the way it is, about the expansion of the universe, and how do I see it? And I have said we have two zones in the universe, this side and the other side. They were both created when the universe got created. And we will see this later, how. These reverse spheres and the spheres were both created in the moment the universe got created. And how exactly that happened, we are going to see some other time. From now, I would like you to feedback me and tell me if I am correct, and from a theoretical point of view, if a reverse sphere looks like this and has this definition. And this is what I am looking for, and I am thinking this is somehow related with radiation. This is the opposite of a sphere, and this concept is going to help me explain how the universe got created. Thank you for watching.